All right, take five. Let's try this again. Welcome back to another episode of the Seasoned Southern Podcast, hosted by me, your favorite chef, the one and only Soulful Cook. Here's where we come together weekly to celebrate all things food that are inspired by the Southern culture. I am thrilled to have you join me today for another inspiring adventure as we explore passion on today's episode, the driving force behind our divine purpose. As a chef and lover of all things culinary, I believe that food has the power to bring people together, to inspire creativity, and to nourish both body and soul. Whether it's cooking up a traditional Southern feast or exploring new and exciting flavors from around the world, the passion we bring to our craft is what sets us apart. In this episode, we'll delve into the importance of passion both in cooking and in life. We'll explore how to tap into your own inner fire, how to channel your passion into your divine purpose, and how to infuse every aspect of your life with the energy and joy that comes from doing what you love. So sit back, relax, and let's explore the power of passion together. From the first sizzle of the skillet to the last bite of dessert, we'll discover how passion can transform not just a meal, but an entire life. Passion is important because it drives us to pursue our goals and dreams with enthusiasm and dedication. When it comes to cooking and life, passion can make all of the difference in the world. In cooking, passion is what separates a good meal from a great one. And I have every emphasis on great. Okay? So I'm going to say that again. In cooking, passion is what separates a good meal from a great one. It's what inspires chefs to experiment with new flavors and ingredients to push the boundaries on what's possible in the kitchen. And in life, passion can give us a sense of purpose and fulfillment. It helps us to find meaning in our work and to stay motivated when we are faced with challenges. When we approach cooking and life with passion, we are more likely to succeed and to find joy in that journey. The passion for food that drives me is deeply rooted in the understanding that food is not simply a necessity for our survival, but it's an integral part of our lives. I believe that food is more than just substance. It is my source of joy, my source of connection, and my source of creative expression. I have a genuine love for cooking and all things food related. I understand that without food, we cannot live, as it provides us with essential nutrients our bodies need to function and thrive. But my passion goes beyond the basic need for nourishment. Tap into your own inner fire and use passion to fuel your purpose in culinary. Start by identifying what you truly love about cooking and food. Is it the creativity, the flavors, the cultural significance, or is it something else entirely? Like, what do you identify with? Focus on that passion and then let it guide you into your culinary pursuits, or whatever your pursuits might be. For those who are listening who's not in the culinary industry but are in pursuit of something based off your passion, don't be afraid to experiment. Try new ingredients. And again, if you're not in culinary, you can still use that same play on words to try new ingredients. That's just trying something new. It's a pivot of where you are and where you're trying to get to. So what you need to do in order to get there. Try a new ingredient, okay? And say the Soulful Cook gave you that. And lastly, push the boundaries of what you think is possible. So if in your mind you're thinking, I can do this, like you feel sure in your mind that you're capable of doing that. So for me, I'm going to keep it culinary and use spaghetti, right? Everybody can make it. It's very easy, it's very simple. But how can you broaden the horizon of that spaghetti? Like to make yours, what did I say? Not just a good spaghetti, but a great one. Okay. And so you need to push the boundary of what you think is possible in order to use your passion and let it drive you. Okay, so remember that passion is not just about doing what you love, okay? But it's also about doing it with purpose and dedication. Use your passion to fuel your purpose. I'm going to say that again, and I'm going to start back at the top. Remember that passion is not just about doing what you love, but also about doing it with purpose and dedication. So I'm going to give y'all a little moment. Write that down. Passion is not just doing what you love, but also about doing it with purpose and dedication. Okay. So if it's not anything else that you remember that line. Okay. Passion equals purpose and dedication. Simply put, equation. Okay. Now, saying that and moving forward, use your passion to fuel your purpose in culinary by setting goals, developing your skills, or in life. Remember, y'all, we using that culinary and life thing interchangeably because this is like universal law that I'm giving you. So yes, use your passion to fuel your purpose in culinary by setting goals, developing your skills, and sharing your knowledge and experiences with others. When you approach cooking with passion and purpose, you'll find that it not only brings you joy and fulfillment, but it also inspires the others around you. Like that, you can't trade it for anything. Okay? So, this is what you're striving for. Again, when you approach cooking or anything that you're doing, because this message is meant to reach who it resonates with, right? So maybe you're not the best cook, but you desire to be a cook, and that's why you listen. And I thank you for being a listener of the Seasoned Southern podcast, hosted again, like I said, your favorite chef, the soulful cook. But I am here to be transparent and give you something that you not only are able to use in your kitchen, but you're also able to use in your life. Okay. And I don't really know too many foodies that's giving that right now. All right. So shout out to me, the soulful cook. All right. But going back to what I was saying, when you approach cooking or anything that you do in life with passion and purpose, you'll find that it not only brings you joy and fulfillment. Like, come on now. If God wasn't doing his thing when he gave you joy and fulfillment for approaching things with passion and purpose, like this is a word. A word. But guess what? You're also inspiring the other people around you. And, like, not to get off the topic, but I'm a mother, right? A mother of 4. And that sentence in itself inspires the others around you. My little 4 are always paying attention to every single thing that I do. And a lot of times I take them to experience what I do in the catering industry and serving people. And y'all, I kid you not, like they're inspired. And I'm not saying that they're inspired because I hope that they're inspired and I feel inspired or they're giving inspired energy. No, none of that. We got my daughter and my oldest son like phones here recently, and so I'm at my event doing my setup, and the whole time I'm not knowing because I don't have my phone in my hands. For one, our phones are dirty. So I'm dealing with people's food. I'll check my phone later. Like most people who need to contact me know that I'm busy, right? So my daughter is literally texting me like all of this, like, I'm so proud of you. You're doing a good job. And they're just like the little gifts, right? And that's just one example of me knowing without a doubt in my mind that the other people that are around me are inspired because it's already started with my children. And I also have a mentee that I mentor, and even she says the same. You know, I have people that ask for advice. Like, you wouldn't ask me for positive advice if you weren't inspired by something that I'm doing, right? Like, I'm not asking a homeless man how he got homeless because I'm inspired to be homeless. Like, what is that? So that's what I mean by, like, nobody's going to ask you about where you are right now if they're not inspired, if they don't see the joy that you get from being passionate about your purpose, and if they're not seeing you be fulfilled, they're not asking any questions. So this literally starts within you. It really does. Going back to our podcast like topic of passion, because I wasn't trying to sidetrack us with the story, but I just like really felt that in that moment of others being inspired around you. And I cannot wait until my kids start hearing my podcast episodes, because they haven't just yet. Like, this is only the second one. But when they start to hear it and like me talk about them, I definitely know that that's going to like make them happy, right? But yeah, so going back to food. Food is a universal love language, right? And it brings people together. Again, back to our words, y'all. Purpose, passion, joy, fulfillment, inspiring. Like, come on now. If that doesn't speak universal love language, like, I don't know what does, right? And if those aren't things that bring people together, like, what else? Like, of course, people like joyous things. They like happiness, all things happy, and people get happy when they eat food, okay? So food is a universal love language. Again, the language that I'm speaking right now is universal because it can be applied outside of your kitchen into food. It has the power to connect individuals from different backgrounds, cultures, and experiences. Life is the same way. Like, a lot of people, say for instance, if you aren't in the culinary industry but you work a job, right? When you go into that job, you can't say, oh, these are the type of people I want to work with. Like, you don't have those options available to you. You're connected by the power of that job to individuals that have a different background than you, that have a different culture than you, not that they can share the experience, but they had experiences that they can share with you. And so again, y'all, this is universal life code. Apply it to your life. Use it to make you better, because this is literally like what I do and what has gotten me to the point where I'm ready to like use my voice to speak to somebody that I don't know that I'm speaking to, because this right now is giving me joy. This right now is making me feel full. Forget fulfillment. It's making me feel full because I know that I'm giving something to someone from my perspective that they're going to be able to use to fuel them. Okay? And so with me knowing that, I don't care what individual comes from what background and what culture and what experience, right? But I would love for the power of the Seasoned Southern podcast to connect those individuals with me. I recognize that everyone looks forward to eating, right? So let's get back on this food thing, because I'm not gonna leave it alone. But yeah, I recognize that everyone looks forward to eating because it brings a sense of comfort and satisfaction. It is a time together with your loved ones, share some stories, and create some cherished moments. How many of you, and you can comment this in the comment section, can sit back on a memory that you'll never forget because you were at a dinner table, you were with your family, they were sharing stories, and like this one moment, you won't forget it. Like, tell me about it. I want to know. Like, share it with me, okay? Because I definitely have those moments, especially like with my dad's side of the family. Like, all my life, his family was huge, and so saying his family like it's not my family. Sorry about that, Dad, if Dad's listening, but our family on his side is really, really big. And so we've always ate buffet style. And I think that's why I love catering buffet style so much, because you get all of this good, seasoned, flavorful food in one experience. And that itself is a cherished memory for me. And when I'm completing a booking, this is literally what I consider when creating those ultimate catering experiences for my solely soulful Southern cuisine clients. Okay, shout out to my LLC. So I'm literally thinking that when I take this food and I set it up for their buffet, I'm helping them create a cherished moment. And that in itself is my comfort and my satisfaction, to see these people who love each other and to become a story, a part of their story, right? That they'll share with other people. And so that is something that cannot be traded for anything else in this world, right? Not my joy, not my peace, not my happiness. So back on food, because we keep throwing these story times in here. Food is also a way to explore and appreciate different cultures. Through cooking and experiencing diverse cuisines, I can celebrate the richness and the diversity of our world. I know that food has the ability to break down barriers and foster understanding between people. Moreover, I understand that food is not just about taste, but it's also about the entire experience. Like, y'all, I just said it. I'm helping my clients create a cherished memory. Okay, the food completes the experience. So this right here, if you are in culinary, understand that, especially if you're a caterer like me, if you're a private chef, if you're new to it, if you desire to do it and haven't done it, the food completes the experience. So it has to be great. Like, you have to give it all you got. All that passion, all that fuel, all that fire, like, you give it to the experience because you're going to complete that. Food is about the sights, because people are going to eat with their eyes before they tear into it, right? It's about the smell. What aroma are you giving? Are you making their stomachs hungry? Is their stomach growling because they walked into a room and they smelled that flavor, like their mouth is watering because everything at the top is connected. So like your nose, your ears, your mouth, all of that's connected, right? So now the smell, because you put that passion into that meal, because you knew you were coming to complete an experience, they smelt it and their mouth is already watering. They haven't seen it yet. Or maybe they did see it because you got it uncovered. I don't know. But yes, it is about the sights, the smells, the textures, and flavors that tantalize our senses. Again, all that stuff is connected, okay? They appreciate And they meaning clients or anybody that you're serving, because I can say that I sponsor events as well. So everybody is not essentially a client if you're sponsoring something, but it's a collaborative effort, right? So it's the same thing essentially. But they appreciate the artistry and creativity that goes into creating that delicious meal. And that too, most times my clients understand that like what I create, being Southern cuisine, it takes a lot. It's not easy. You're up for hours cooking, especially when you're cooking from scratch. So yeah, in essence, the passion for food that drives me stems from the fundamental, look at me, I can't talk, fundamental belief that food is life. It is a source of nourishment, pleasure, and connection. This is why I aim to share this passion with my listeners, inspiring them to embrace the joy of cooking and savoring every single bite. Join my exclusive Patreon community and take your passion for food to the next level. As a member of my community, you'll gain access to the behind the scenes content, some exclusive recipes, giving you all the flavor. I will be hosting live Q&A sessions and so much more. Let's continue to explore all things food related together and unlock the joy that comes from doing what we love. Join me on the Seasoned Southern Podcast Patreon today. I'm out.